The finality of existence is among the highest truths reaching back to the conception of creation. Nothing lasts forever, regardless of the implications granted by the numerous promises made in one's lifetime. Love brings loneliness. Joy carries pain. Life leads to death. Everything ends. To dream of everlasting is futile. What is left behind will eventually be forgotten. There is no avoiding these words. The clock's hands continue to strike each hour without failure, its face unnerved, tirelessly turning the circumference of infinity. Every stroke signals the edge of one universe and the genesis of another. Will the gears that turn over time ever cease? What will happen then to this world? Will it stop, or shall it find continuation without the need of its keeper? At this peak, above all created by man and its superior, feelings of forfeiture force deeper than any wounded heart can bear. It is here where the troubled soul will at last find peace from the bombardment of huddled empathy. There is nothing that can be said to ease the pain of brokenness. Two rings join together to become eternity, and still this is not enough. Total transcendence requires more than a promise, metal, and a seal. More than love. One must relinquish themselves completely and give only to the other. But any lack of strength will cause the union to shatter, regardless of sickness or health. Maybe I was wrong to believe that there was nothing else waiting on the other side of the veil. Perhaps my sight became riddled with self-doubt and the fear of beginning again. I could never forget. To forget her would be a crime with no just punishment, not even after death. Surely there is nothing more foul to have forsaken an ideal so pure. The hollowed words of matrimony do mention the inevitability of separation. But regardless of my words of the past, my speaking during this journey, I never gave up hope. The hope to see her again someday. As I traveled the vacant Gaia, I searched to hear her voice, seeking the answer to why. Why did we not deserve the jubilations we dreamed during our youth? tiny orbs of light from the depths of the mountain join me once more, flickering a path towards the summit, to the Alpha and the Omega of all things. For what exists now fell from the sky as rain, and there I shall return by the flickering flame of the night's messengers. I am no longer alone. I have reached the end of our journey here together. But wait. What is this at the top of the mountain? This familiar form that has been forever etched into my mind. The roaring winds and the rising torches make evident it is she, the one whom I have been seeking. The only reason I have left to continue onward. Has she been waiting here for me? Is not the case. She has always been with me. There were 2 steps for every one taken on this journey. Renee, I have finally found you.
Renee. At the top of the mountain, Renee stretches out her hand towards me, and my soul is brimming with our childhood innocence. I am in awe yet again. It's just like our first meeting, all those many years ago. The feeling is not quite as it once was. Many years have passed, and our hearts are not as soft as they once were. But there is something to be said about the completeness that we now share. Through every smile and every tear, we are still looking at one another in the same way, with all the wonder, all the love, and all the promise that is created by young love. We have had so many years with one another, and it was impetuous of me to have taken them all for granted. Together we have lived with enough love to withstand the vastness of eternity. There is no longer a reason for despair. She has reminded me now of the promises we made so long ago. You told me you would take me to the top of this mountain, didn't you, Kai? React confidently or answer hesitantly. I think this is a time to react with confidence. You remember the time when you were children, and you promised to take Renee to the top of the mountain and describe it to Renee in detail. Tragedy kept you from fulfilling this promise. Life's decisions are what led to this being the first and only time you would both make this journey to the summit. While it is a sweet moment to have finally fulfilled that vow made all those years before, this should not have been the day at the parting of souls. I've been looking for you for so long, Renee. Why did you have to go? We were going to get married. What happened? And Renee weeps. Kai, I'm not the one who has been gone. Please take my hand so you will remember. And the choice is to take her hand. All right, let's go.
And here we are, at the beginning of all things, and at the end of this history's tomorrows. Love always was, and always will be the guiding light that brings you home, no matter the distance. Whether it be across the world, throughout time, or transcending existence, love will find a way. You will never be alone, my dearest Renee. I wish I could leave you with more solace than this, but know that what we have will never truly end. No matter how dark the world may seem, no matter the paths your life takes you, even if you find another, know that this will be all right. I want you to be happy forever. You have given me more than I could ever ask for, my darling. A life filled with joyous perfection. Know this for now and for always. I will always love you. These woods are an example of what can be accomplished without man's interference. This forest, away from any town or communal society, is as untouched by man as any mass of green can be. Within these trees, among these streams, life is, and that is good enough.